Hi, Gabby. Hi,
Hi.
Peter. Peter, absolutely love your material. What you just touched upon regarding the use of smartphones, you referenced during your TED presentation last year, how it's leveling the playing field, all of this information. What you just shared as a fellow dad with two kids and the college experience, my question to you is, those are my concerns. Things are changing so fast. I've been practicing law for about 30 years, and I've noticed how technology, how the information available on social has leveled the playing field. It's different as a professional now. Okay, we're
Yeah.
not holding all the cards. Clients have information. I think that's a really, really good thing. My question to you is, what do you see happening over the next 5 or 10 years with respect to professionals interacting with their clients, their patients? I'm talking doctors, lawyers, accountants, consultants. How is technology going to change and continue to improve the quality of interaction between professionals and their clients or patients? I think this is just a fascinating discussion. And thanks for having me on, Gabby.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Good
Mitch,
question.
yeah, Mitch, it's a great question. I coach a lot of CEOs and executives, and it's really we're in a very transformative time. Um,
Mhm.
I think that every aspect of every industry is going to be changing, and it's really a function of you as, and the fact that you're here tells me that you're already doing this as a professional, staying on top of it, because
Mhm.
a lot of disruption is going to occur. The medical industry will become significantly disrupted. So will the legal industry when AI is available to do most of your work for you. The question is, where will you? It's to put it bluntly, back 150 years ago, we were an agrarian society here in the U.S. 66%, two-thirds of Americans made the food. Today, it's less than 2% because automation came in and transformed that. And the same thing is going to happen with a lot of the turnkey professions. And so the question becomes, where will you add value? How will you partner with an AI or with robotic systems? And where will you be adding value to individuals to help them understand things? I mean, I think what's going to happen is a lot of professions will become resistant, and they'll depend upon rules and laws to block this from happening. It used to be, for example, I remember when the first AI systems for reading an EKG for a physician came out, the cardiologist said, "Oh no, no, we're not going to use this, or we're not going to accept this as a reading it. A human has to read this thing."
Hmm.
Until the first lawsuits started coming out saying, "Well, the AI read it better and said this is happening, and you as the human made a mistake, and you should have been watching that." So there's going to be an interesting flip that occurs. I talk about this in the field of medicine, where today there's going to be a time in the future where we have companies like Intuitive Surgical who do robotic surgery, and there's going
Right.
to be a time. Right now the robots are assisting the surgeon in giving them augmented reality, giving them precision, magnification, allowing them to do some routine things. But there will be a point in the future where the conversation goes something like this. No, 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 I do not want that human touching me. They could make a mistake. I want the robot doing the surgery, for God's sakes. And it may well
Mhm.
be, I don't want the lawyer representing. I want the AI that won the last 975 cases representing me as well. So there's going to be an interesting flip that could occur there. Again, the road to abundance that I speak of is not a road of smooth. There's going to be turbulence, reorganization. As a lawyer, I mean, one of the big systems that's going to have to transform and change massively is the whole intellectual property system.
Mhm.
Innovation is exploding and about to explode even further. 3 billion people coming online in the next 7 years, going from 2 billion to 5 billion people connected, all with cloud computing, 3D printing, Google and aspects. We're going to see a huge amount of innovation going on. And how do we deal with that? A lot of interesting opportunities for entrepreneurs, struggles for politicians.
But it sounds like your abundance approach, it creates more opportunities. It creates a better interaction between a professional in a client or a patient. I got a lot of pushback for a article I recently wrote about lawyers using Google Glass during the jury selection process of a jury trial. And I speculated a little bit about what might be used in Google Glass in the future, but live video feeds, facial recognitions, tapping into social platforms while I'm asking my jurors questions, having a live video feed from LA back to New York to my jury consultant who's giving me feedback about the individual sitting in seat number 3, and cross-referencing databases that I expect to be out at some point in the future that the courts will be offering. See, I look at it as a very exciting time. And when you talked about abundance during your TED speech, I shared that video with a lot of other lawyers because we have to look past what we're doing now and continue to improve on the process. And what you've been sharing, your message, I'm looking forward to your new book. I think it gives all of us a little bit of a roadmap and a new way of looking at things that it's going to make the next 10 years exciting. So thanks for having me on, you guys. I really appreciate Peter meeting you, and Gabby, thanks very much.
Thanks, Mitch.
Mitch, a pleasure. If you end up coming to our Abundance 360 Summit, that's exactly the kind of teaching that we're going to be doing. Is the notion that if you're the kind of person who's a linear thinker who is effectively dependent on having learned a body of knowledge and then just having it carry you through the rest of your life, you're screwed. If you're lazy, you're basically done. If you are instead someone who's willing to stay on top of the technology and really realize how it's innovating, how it's changing, so you can be innovating and changing your life and seeing the opportunities and getting fulfillment out of actually giving the best value and impact to your clients and your customers by being their guide as well for technology, then it's exciting and fun and you're going to love it. So I'll be teaching a lot of that. You come to Singularity University, the Abundance 360 Summit, or just reading my blogs. But that's where I get my juice. I get my fun from basically helping people see the world in a different way.
Mitch,
Well,
send me
Peter,
your
after 20,
article. I'd
I
love
will,
to
but I was
read
going to say
it.
after 27 years of doing what I'm doing, this is what keeps things exciting. It's an exciting time, and I agree with you. That's what gets you up in the morning and to make a difference. And I'll do that, Gabby. Thanks for having me on, and I'm going to pass this along to my 18-year-old daughter who she just finished her first year at UCLA, and so we've been
Oh,
having these conversations about, uh, I want her doing her own thing. I don't want her to have to rely upon somebody else. And I want her to incorporate technology and everything that you and Gabby, you and Peter have been talking about during today's Spreecast into the next 50 years of her life. And that's the path to success, in my humble opinion. So
good
thanks, you
deal.
guys. I appreciate it.
Thank